We need an age limit.
We need an age limit for a lot of things, like a top age or just a cognizance test. We've talked about this before.
Listen, yeah, absolutely. Now, do you do the reverse where you do something? Do you hide? They pull up on side of you and you're just, damn, eye itches. I don't, they can't see your face. Or you accept it and you just stare at them like, I did that.
No, trust me, I'm pretty self-aware. So when I do something, because I'm not paying attention, which is funny because I said I'm self-aware. And then anyways, if I do something where I realize, damn, that was my fault. I'm going to be like, sorry, buddy.
We can't just have all giants. We're kind of small guys.
Like, he's got to get him. He's got to get him.
We got to pack it up.
Because if we don't get it, somebody else is going to get it.
And drink straight out the bottle.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Who Effing Knows podcast. We are back again. Thanks for joining us. First and foremost, you don't have to be here, but you are, and it means the world to me. Ton of people out there doing podcasts these days, and I know that we've fallen into a lot of people's rotations, and I sincerely mean it. But welcome. What's going on, man? Like, how you feeling? How you doing? Tell me something about yourself. I have nothing to talk about, so let's just dive in.
I don't know what I can tell you about myself. To be honest, there may not be 5 people on this earth that know me better than you at this point. as many things that we've dove into on here and just behind the scenes.
Yeah,
there may not be 5 people that know me better anymore.
I'm going to be dead honest. It kind of bothers me. I was thinking about it today. I was driving. I think you texted me like, hey, are we still on for tonight? And I was like, of course. I was going to text you, but I knew we were on, so it didn't matter because I knew we're not missing a show. But in that moment, it kind of hit me. I was like, I'm glad we're not texting on. I've been so busy.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're not texting on and off because it's more refreshing when we sit down after not talking for a week. And it's like, what the hell's been up, man?
Right.
Any other time lately, it's been like, I just talked to you, bro. What are we possibly going to talk about right now?
Sadly, I have done nothing this week. It's been a quiet week, which, can be good.
Yeah.
Update on the back situation.
Nice.
Getting better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd be in shambles after fire training today and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Good for you.
Doing better. Starting to work out again, so that's nice. It's so refreshing. This is the longest, I think I said it last week, this is the longest, the most consistent I've been in a long time.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
That is good.
Just go. I don't even do full workouts sometimes, but I've gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it might even be 10 minutes on a treadmill or something.
Consistency of getting in there every day and just showing up.
Yeah.
Showing up for yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that, Show up for yourself. F them kids.
C.
I'm just playing.
No C.
I love kids. No C. No C. Oh man, I genuinely I don't have a lot going on. Just work, man. Had been down in work, so it's been just trying to figure out how the hell to have some fun here,
Yeah.
That's it. I did have a midlife crisis moment today. We talked about midlife crises last week, and I don't know what happened. We went to a birthday party a couple of weekends ago, and I might have brought this up on
when
here.
When do you not go to a birthday party?
Man, we got too much going on.
Sorry.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We just have you
would for people who if somebody had just met you,
yeah,
they would definitely think you're one of those people that uses that as an excuse to get out of everything.
It is exhausting.
But it's not a joke. They have a calendar downstairs, and it's every weekend. Birthday party, birthday party, birthday party.
Guess what? We got one Saturday, so we'll be another one. Oh, it is a blessing and a curse. I tell you, I have a lot of people that I care about and a lot of people that I guess care about us, and we get invited to things. And I am of the mindset, which my wife is not of the same mindset. She's come around to it. If a friend invites me to do something, I always say yes. There's got to be something going on in my life for me to say no. So if I told you no, no, I'm just playing. I genuinely I try to go to everything. But going back to the story, midlife crisis. I went to a birthday party a month ago probably, and we were riding these little scooters. I probably mentioned it on here. And I've been looking for little electric scooters because I'm man, I really it was fun. I want to ride an electric scooter. Somehow I went down a rabbit hole.
To own or just to do for fun?
To own.
Okay.
To ride just around the neighborhood or ride on the trail. I was
you do have a good neighborhood for that.
Yeah, dude, it's a little circle. We just run laps.
Yeah.
Anyways, long story short, what happened is motorcycles aren't very expensive. Okay. They're not very expensive. And I started thinking, I was like, man, how cool would it be? Like, just hop on the little chopper, like take my daughter out to the lake and like, just cruise along the lake. Like, and then I'm like, am I 50? What is that? Like, when did this become
closer to 50 than 20?
Yeah, it's true. That's true. That's math.
Actually, aren't you right in the middle?
No.
Oh, aren't you right in the middle?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, mathematically, like between 20 and 50.
That was a terrible math thing by me. Really right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. I have, the Ego brand, like lawn equipment.
Mm-hmm.
It's all battery powered stuff.
Yeah.
So they just put out a bunch of new, just new products. And it came across my Facebook, I guess, because I don't know, I own a couple. So, of course, it shows up. And one of the things they put out is a mini bike.
Hell yeah.
Like the most random thing for them to put out. And it's just a mini bike. It's powered by like 2 of their batteries, which I just happen to have. And I can't lie to you and tell you I didn't click on it and be like, how much is this?
I'm kind of curious because I'm in the market.
I didn't get that far. I was like, let me stop. Because I knew how that was going to end.
Yeah.
Because I have to, you're in the same boat. I have to go to my mailbox. I have to walk to the mailbox or drive to the mailbox. And I was like, this is a hell of a lot quicker and more efficient if I get to do this.
Yeah. I honestly was thinking of in the terms, like I mentioned earlier, of hopping on the trailhead, even though I know it's technically illegal to have a motorized vehicle. Listen, there's other people who do it all the time. It's a little electric bike. It's fine. Yeah. I was like, man, we could just ride down. Like, I always want to ride our bikes down to the lake, but it's too far. Like, my daughter's not going to ride that long. But if we could just hop on a scooter, let's go.
Yeah.
So
I had a conversation. This is completely changing the subject.
That's all right.
But you mentioned your daughter made me think of my son, my oldest son. And we're having a conversation. I'm trying to present the idea of he's going to be old enough to play baseball.
Hell yeah.
This year.
Heck yeah.
He's not on the same wavelength as you.
Sorry.
It's one of them things like where I know he'll enjoy it if he just does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, dude, he's like, I want this friend from daycare and this friend from daycare because they're my best friends. I'm like, well, I have to explain to him like how parks have different, neighborhood, depending on where you live.
Yeah,
districts,
that's your rival now, buddy.
Right.
You don't know it, but you're about to hate that kid.
I'm like, well, they might not be able to play at that park. And he doesn't understand the idea of a baseball park. He's like, why can't every kid play at the park? I'm like, all right, this is a different conversation for another time. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, you'd be on a team and you'll make new friends. He's like, I don't want new friends. And he's like, I have enough friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is one of those moments where I see me and you. Because I also am like, I don't need any more friends. That's been me my entire life. I don't need any more. And I'm struggling to get through to him here to be like, I really want you to play baseball because it'll be fun for you and you'll enjoy it. You love it in the backyard. But it's like, I don't really want to make any friends. I even tried to be like, well, they don't have to be your friends. They're just your teammates. He's like, no, I don't know what to do anymore. So,
yeah, that's tough. I don't know.
I think it's just going to be one of those things where we're just going to show up to a practice one day and see how it goes.
And just try it out.
Whether he sticks it out. I want him to be like, I'm not going to force him to do anything, obviously, but I want him to just play every sport once.
Yeah.
And be like, and we'll see how it goes. Like, he plays soccer at school, but he doesn't do any team stuff yet. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. He's big on he wants a friend there when he does things. So,
I mean, there's this newfangled thing called travel ball. You could just pay money and you can play with whoever the heck you want.
As a travel ball kid, I, as a parent, don't ever want to have to deal with that. And I also don't want to put him through that unless he really enjoys it. I enjoyed travel ball for a while, but it got old.
It's quick. A lot.
And our team was very good. Mm-hmm. And it was too much.
There's been studies, man, like kids get burnt out on that specific sport because it's just that sport 24/7. Like you mentioned, you wanted them to play every sport. Mm-hmm. I think that's the best way for anyone to become an athlete or really good at one sport, to be completely honest.
Well, I think part of it was I was still trying to play other sports on top of it because like I just loved playing everything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Like the traveling part is cool. and things like that. But
yeah, but I feel like as a kid, you don't care as much about the travel. Like you do. It's like, oh yeah, this is cool.
I enjoyed more like getting to go stay just going to stay at hotels with the team and
jump in a pool or something like that.
Yeah. Things like that. But because after a while, like you're just going to the same 3 cities in Florida and Biloxi, until like State or and State was never in some cool place. State was always the middle of nowhere.
Lake Charles.
Yeah.
Why don't I want to go Lake
You get to
Charles?
do nationals in like Panama City, and that was cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days. Panama City. When you went to Panama City, you knew you were good.
It was cool, man. You get to go do like the little you do the like the pin trading with the other teams and
we didn't do that.
Like there's like an opening night, basically like opening ceremonies kind of, and introduce all the teams, and every team had like a pin from like their state league basically. Okay. And you could go trade them and you just keep them, and
that's cool.
It was cool. And then they do, I think I mentioned it before, they would do the competitions, like they do a home run derby. Yeah. Fastest around the bases, things like that. It was cool. Good times.
Yeah. So if anybody has advice on how we get youngin into some baseball, how do you talk somebody into making friends?
I don't know. See, but I'm not the person that can do that. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a small circle, and I've always had a small circle. I don't want to say that. I have a small circle of close friends. Yeah. I have many people that I would consider friends, but not like I want to hang out with you that often, right? Like
you're cool, but you need to stay over there. I'm just gonna let you know.
It's not even that. It's like, sure, we can hang out, but it's probably gonna be a long time before we do it again. And I don't know. It's just people like you don't talk to all the time, and you're like, hey, I'm going out to the city. You want to come? Sure. Why not?
That's what it is. They get you.
They're like, I'm going to do something fun. And it's like, you called me at the right time because I haven't done something fun in a long time. And I just want to go do something. Yeah. You just happen to be the one to ask me.
It's not you. It's me. Right. It's just, I'm like a lost puppy looking for a garbage truck. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, that was fun. Fun topic. Moving on. We have... I just don't want to stick on the same thing for so long. We've had a lot in the past on here. We've brought up a lot of pop stars and things that we don't feel like get enough recognition. And it's always been women. Yeah. And shout out to the women.
We love the women.
But I've been on
Sorry.
I've been on a kick lately.
Oh, a male kick.
Yes.
You're kicking with men.
See.
That's no diddy.
There's a man who makes bangers. And I don't think he gets the love he deserves.
Okay.
Ed Sheeran.
Okay. Okay. I got nothing.
Nope.
All right.
Not an Ed Sheeran fan?
He seems like an okay guy. He's got some okay songs.
I think he's fantastic. I think he's one of the most talented people in the world. And he doesn't get enough respect. You if you want to be happy, just go listen to some Ed Sheeran. Yeah. He fits every mood. If you need a wedding song, he's got that.
But yeah, great wedding guy. You could throw some bangers on for weddings.
Listen, he's got all kinds of songs out there. Yeah, he's got a few songs with a couple hip hop artists that are always good. Mm-hmm.
Why don't you name some? Because maybe it's slipping me. I'm like sitting here trying to think, and all I can think is
songs.
Yeah, all I can think of is like literally the wedding song. You know what I mean?
The Perfect or whatever it is. Let me pull it up because it's literally like the last probably 10 things I've been listening to. The ones with the artist. The only one that I really really like is the one with Chance the Rapper. But yeah, from a while back here. Let's see. We have. I did not add them. There's Perfect. Is it the A-Team? A-Team, yeah.
I guess.
Castle on the Hill, I think, is one of them.
Okay.
Shivers. Shivers is a new one.
Shivers. I'll give Shivers some love here. That's a good one.
There's a few. Thinking Out Loud, another good one.
Thinking Out Loud is the one I was thinking of.
You know what it is? I appreciate someone who can really, really sing. Yeah. And that he can do that. Mm-hmm. Also, have you ever seen his concerts? How he does his concerts? Nope. He just got a little thing in the middle of the stage, just him and a thing, and he creates the beat and the loops on his own, kind of like Kanye used to do. Yeah, and it's awesome.
Put a lot of that's like
that's like an artist thing.
I was gonna say, like, if you're sitting at home jamming and you've got like one of those pedals, you just kind of like start playing with it, and then like you loop your guitar track, and then you fill in with other stuff, and then you loop that, and then, yeah.
I just been on an Ed Sheeran kick lately. I don't know.
Talented little dude.
You go through those phases where you like get stuck on one artist for a time period. Listen, This Taylor Swift album's been in my rotation since the day it came out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
You know what? I've been pretty bad with music lately. I haven't been listening to a lot. I've been to this, as odd as it sounds, man. I just throw on worship music and like go about my day. Cutting the grass, worship music. At the gym, worship music. Doing work, worship music. I was at the gym the other day and I was talking to my buddy, and I see him like nodding his head, and I'm like working out next to him, and I take my headphone out and I look at him. I'm like, "What you listening to?" And he's like, well, it used to be a Perfect Circle radio, but then like I've liked things and did other things. And he's like, so now it's just like all this random hard stuff. And I was looking at you and I kind of laughed because I could tell you were listening to something kind of hard, and I'm over here listening to like, just random worship music where it's just like.
It's so funny. I used to have I still have it, but I don't really listen to it that often, like a gym playlist, and it's all like hype up songs and things like that. But now I just kind of. Like, I'll be lied to you if I tell you I haven't worked out to the new Taylor Swift album a couple of times.
I don't need it.
Yeah, I just need something.
Yeah. I actually prefer stuff that's kind of like mellow. I don't know why. And it's not even that it makes me melt. Like, it actually makes me just, like, focus.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
The only time I listen to, like, hype-up music is, like, if I was going to do something competitive.
So Ed Sheeran, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Ed Sheeran would be a great gym playlist for me.
You should give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot.
There you go.
I'll check it out.
I have a video I want to show you, and I'm not sure how we can do this for the audio people or really the video people, because I don't think we can just put it. Have you seen, I don't know if it was UFC or what, the fighter that came in the cryo tank?
No.
Okay. I'm going to show it to you.
I've been living under a rock, I think.
I saw this today, and I don't even know when this happened. So this was his entrance, and you'll hear this in the background a little bit.
What is this?
He's coming in a cryo tank with like tubes connected to him to help him breathe or whatever. It's like 2 minutes, so I'll fast forward a little bit here. But I don't even know the dude's name.
What language are they speaking?
Spanish, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Feels like I'm watching wrestling.
All right. So this is how he comes out right here.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out, rips the tubes out and everything. I'm showing you this because I think it's cool, and I want to get your thoughts on it.
Hold on, I feel like it's supposed to be doing something. Pop out. Spelunk? What's his name?
I don't know. And then we get the Hispanic music behind it.
Tell me he got knocked out in 30 seconds. That's really what I want to hear. After all this,
well, you killed the joke. I was hoping you'd be like, that's a cool entrance. And now I was going to tell you he lost in 10 seconds.
Yes! That makes it so much fun.
He did. He lost in 10 seconds. His entrance, 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
The match, or the fight, 10 seconds.
I love it. I mean, I don't love it. Sorry for you, man. But come on, you did it to yourself.
That reminds me, nothing. There's not many things on the internet that get me to laugh harder than things like that. I think it was like Florida. It trends on Twitter a couple times a year during football season where they're like stupid hype coming out the tunnel and they're like crawling on the ground and doing all that stuff, and they lost by like 30 something points.
I think USC did that one year too, or Texas or somebody like that.
That might be who I'm thinking of. USC
got destroyed by Alabama. Yeah. just dog walked.
I love it. Like I love those entrances. I think they're cool. Like this one, I don't even know what to tell you to search, to be honest. Just search like fighter comes out of a cryo tank. I think that's what I Googled, and it comes up. The entrance is cool. I love it. But I love it even more that he lost in 10 seconds.
Jeez Louise.
Oh.
I feel for the guy. I really do.
Do you?
Listen, what can you do? Like, he clearly prepared more for his entrance than he did for the fight.
What will people remember more in that situation? He seems he may be well known. It's not a name I've ever heard. The video didn't even have the name. But it's like not somebody I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
But if you just watch that on a Saturday night what would you remember more?
Him losing. I would remember the whole thing. I would remember this dude had this long entrance, which was like really cool. Him losing in 10 seconds makes it hilarious. The whole situation. That really cool entrance is now funny. Yeah. It's not even cool.
He can never have another entrance like that again.
No.
Never.
Not at all.
You might have to retire.
Listen, buddy, you put on some fast music and you walk as fast as you can to that octagon next time.
You are playing a dangerous game when you come up with those entrances like that. Like, I know Izzy does the Undertaker thing sometimes.
Izzy was also undefeated for a long time. Was one of the best fighters in the game.
Which, to be fair, this guy may,
I don't know who that guy is.
Like, I don't know. You got to be of that level, of the Izzy, the John Jones, just those guys, Daniel Cormier, those kind of guys that are always the main eventers.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, like, it really can only backfire. Like, you could have a cool entrance, people talk about it for the night, and then, whatever.
Yeah, but guys like Izzy aren't losing in 10 seconds. It's not happening. It's not happening. I mean, it could happen, but, like, it's normally not happening.
You're playing the game of it could happen. That's the most... Football is one thing, because, like, you got a whole hour to try to figure this out, right? Like, you could go down the first half, we can come back the second. It can all be over in a flash in the UFC. And then you get the whole thing with, like, the internet is just going to make it 1,000 times worse. And then if it's the UFC, they're going to be like, we came all the way here to watch you main event this, and you just lost in 10 seconds.
It's been worse. Ben Askren's whole career was ruined in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Poor guy. And Jorge Masvidal was a star.
Yeah.
A lot of things can happen in 10 seconds. Listen.
I was going to say a joke.
I was waiting on it.
I'm not going to do it.
It's all right. This is a wholesome family podcast now, okay?
Maybe until next week when we potentially have producer Aaron on. And God knows where that goes.
That. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm never referring to him as producer Aaron because I keep texting him for topics. Speaking of, he had topics.
Great. What's he got? Lay them on me.
He had a couple. I'm really just going to give you one because I'm trying to save some. Mm-hmm. He wants to talk about merging etiquette. Merging onto the interstate. He was saying that the split by the dome, the 610 split or whatever it is, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Made him think of it, how nobody ever merges correctly there.
Very difficult.
He wants to know how we approach merging, whether we do it the right way, the zipper, right?
Yeah.
Or if we're like, nah, I'm not letting this person in.
Listen, if I can be 100% honest, it just depends on the day. It depends on the moment. It depends on what song I'm listening to. And it depends on if the last person let me in, like yesterday or whenever. I'm just saying, like, I have no idea.
For me, I think I'm always, no matter my mood, I am usually like, I'm going to follow this. This feels like etiquette. Mm-hmm. I'm letting you in now. It depends more on how that person approaches this.
Yeah.
If I see you come from behind me somewhere, get into the lane just to try to skip traffic, you ain't getting in front of me, buddy. Let me tell you something. So it depends on how you're trying to do this. I appreciate the people, not the ones that like stop at the beginning of the merge and try to get over, but I appreciate the ones that, throw a blinker on or making the effort to try to get over, but nobody will let them in for the entire turning lane.
Yeah.
I don't like people that try to wait till the end. Like, there's a lot of times where I'm not letting you over.
Yeah. Like I said, it depends on the day, because sometimes I'm in a rush and I'm that guy that flies around traffic. And guess what? I'm getting in. But see, this happened to me today. This car was like literally flew from lane to lane. And I'm like, damn, this dude's in a hurry. We were going to the same place. Mm-hmm. Turns out I pulled in right behind him. That's true. It's pretty
like
true.
Every time. It always happens that way.
You don't really gain much.
No. I was like, hey, buddy, we both just caught this light. Now what?
Did you wave at him?
No, just like I was behind him. But I'm like, I wonder.
Do you do the thing where, like, if somebody is driving like a complete jerk, you like try to get on side of them and see what they look like, just so if their face matches the amount of, like, jerkwad they've been?
Yeah, maybe I do.
I do it all the time.
You know what? When I do that,
great.
I do it when, like, I'm going like 10, 15 miles an hour over the speed limit and somebody's still on my ass.
Yeah.
And I do have days where I'm like, I'm not getting over.
Yeah.
If I'm going more than if I'm going 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, I'm not getting over. I don't care. Like, yeah,
this is other. We've gone through like other etiquettes here. Yeah, all driving etiquette. You're not wrong though. Yeah. Like I feel the same way. Like, bro, I'm going 10, 15 miles over. Like,
if I'm going 5 over, fine. I'll get over. Yeah, let you do your thing. But if I'm going to the point where I already feel like I'm pushing the limits here, yeah, I'm just not doing it.
God, I'm such a bad person when I drive sometimes, man. I'm also the person where like if you pull out in front of me and go 15 miles an hour in like a 50, I am getting all the way up on you before I hit my brakes. I might get in an accident, but you're going to know I was there. Like, I'm making sure you felt me.
Yeah. I just, that is one time though. Like if I eventually get over, mm-hmm. I do look and be like, what do you look like? And it's always the same guy.
Hey buddy.
It's always the same guy. Always some white guy with gray hair and a beard and a pickup truck,
just
with a certain sticker on the back.
What sticker? Bud Light,
the family sticker.
Family,
no,
famous, yeah, like the famous Stars and Strap with the Amway on it. Yeah.
Well, he's got nuts hanging from his truck.
Ooh. You know what I love? Actually, I don't. This makes me feel terrible. Is when I do that, when I fly up on side of them to see what kind of jerk, what kind of a-hole, whatever, choose your word here, right? Choose your horrible word. I get up on side of him and it's like a 70-year-old grandma and I'm like,
well, she just unaware.
Sorry. Enjoy your day. Like,
I definitely, when I have those moments, I'm like, you don't need a license. Those are the days where I want to come on here and be like, we need an age limit for driving. We do. We need an age limit.
We need an age limit for a lot of things, like a top age or just a cognizance test. We've talked about this before.
Listen, yeah. Absolutely. Now, do you do the reverse where you do something? Do you hide? They pull up on side of you and you're just, damn, eye itches. They can't see your face. Or you accept it and you just stare at them like, I did that.
No, trust me, I'm pretty self-aware. So when I do something, because I'm not paying attention, which is funny because I said I'm self-aware. And then anyways, if I do something where I realize, damn, that was my fault, I'm going to be like, sorry, buddy. Sometimes I'm literally like,
a cool tree over there.
Sometimes if I feel him staring, I'm like, sorry. But in the car we just got, like, you can't see me anyway. It doesn't matter. You can pull up on side of me. You're not going to know who the heck I am. Ain't going to see my face.
Funny. Oh, man. I'm just thinking of all the different scenarios now. I once had a guy. This is one of those scenarios where I'm going way over the speed limit, hypothetically, allegedly. And you ever had those moments where like there's a guy behind you, like mm-hmm. driving crazy, and you're doing your thing, like you're going over the speed limit, whatever, and the person next to you is also doing the same thing you're doing, and y'all kind of have a moment, and you're like, we're not letting this guy pass us. Like, yeah, and I had one of those moments with the person, and we just, telepathically we're like, this dude not going anywhere. Nope. Went on the shoulder in the grass. Like in an old like Grand Marquis flying. I was like, you are dedicated to your craft, sir.
Good for them.
Good for you, but also
probably not. Listen, if I'm painting the picture in my head, someone flying around you in a Grand Marquis, probably not a person you want to be messing with. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just let them on by.
And it's definitely one of those. I don't like wishing bad on people. Not saying like I was wishing like death on this guy or anything like that. I was definitely like, I pray there's a cop behind this tree right here. Just ruins your day. That's all. I just want you to have a bad day from here out. That's all. No harm.
I hope something really inconvenient happens to you.
Exactly. Nothing physical or anything like that. Just you're late to wherever you're going for whatever reason. Catch every light when you get off the interstate.
Terrible. What else we got?
What else do we have? Aaron had a couple of things. Maybe I'll look into those.
We could do that
if we need some topics. But Jacob had a hot take for us.
Okay, let's do that.
He says, kind of going along with traffic and things, people who ride bikes should not be allowed to ride on the same street as cars. There are no real positives. It slows traffic. It's a hazard, and is overall a net negative to traffic. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. I don't agree because I think that like it's similar to like the merging method. Like people just don't know how to act right on the road together. Like bikers have rules, like the same rules to follow that we have. and like you can easily go around them. It's not.
I think he means like a pedal bike, like a bicycle.
That's what I'm talking about as well. Yeah, like
you say bikers, I think
like
you on your
like
motorcycle,
my 50-year-old me, yeah, on my Harley. No, like I've been on both ends of it because like there's been some cyclists, let's call them that. There's been some cyclists that are like clearly like trying to keep you from passing them, and it's like, dude, like just let me, like, come on.
Especially in New Orleans,
I can go around you. It's fine. I'm not gonna hit you. Or like, and some of them, it's because there's a lot of tension that happens between them because like people don't pay attention to them. So like they feel unsafe and then they'll do some dumb things, or like they're also doing things they shouldn't be doing, like running red lights. That's illegal. You shouldn't be doing that. Or like driving down the opposite side of the road. Also illegal. They're supposed to follow every law of the road. Yeah. There's a lot of back and forth here.
That's the thing. If everyone follows the laws we're supposed to follow, it all works well.
Yeah. And I think
the issue is nobody ever is.
That's the issue. Nobody does what they're supposed to do, and it causes friction, and it does cause problems. It causes those problems he's talking about. But
I also don't have a ton of thoughts on it. I'm more interested, Jacob, in the scenario that happened that made you send that. Something happened, is that right? Or it's a few things over. I just want to know. I want to know the story.
I've got a story.
Yeah, story time.
Who's ready for story time with Patty V, baby? Once upon a time, young Patty worked at a Papa John's. Some people in my life know this story. I'm delivering pizza. Okay. Remember what I just said about people coming the opposite way with like against traffic, and you're not supposed to do that? Well, I'm looking over my left shoulder because I have to merge out into traffic, and I'm delivering pizza. So I'm in a hurry. I get an opening. I go, boom. I drop my little stick shift in the first gear and I take off. Well, as soon as I do that, there's a thud on the hood, face on my windshield. I look up, there's a woman's face just staring me in the windshield. You'd think that's bad enough. I felt terrible. I hop out. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? I think I'm in trouble. I think I'm the one who just did something wrong. She's sitting on the ground. Police show up. I hear her start screaming, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my goodness. Like, I'm feeling terrible. I'm like, man, like I just hurt this woman. What if she loses her baby? I'm thinking all these terrible things, right? I'll never forget this police officer walks up to me and he's like, sir, do you want to press charges? And I'm like, on what? On this lady who's pregnant that I just hit with my car? He's like, yeah, like she was going the wrong way down the road. Like there's no way you would have seen her. And I'm like, well, that's a fair point, but no, absolutely not. I took her to the hospital in an ambulance. She seemed fine. Like she wasn't really scraped up, and I wasn't going. I was just taking off. Yeah. But it was wild. It was wild, and I felt terrible. And it was her fault. It was illegal, and she actually got a ticket. But I did not press charges.
That sucks for her.
Yeah.
I think my cousin hit a guy on a bike in the quarter one time, and he was it was like the same thing. He was freaking out. Turns out, dude was drinking.
Yeah. A lot of stories like that.
That was the day I learned that you could get a DUI or DWI, whatever, on a bike.
It's the same. That's the way it was explained to me in that situation. It's the same exact thing as if you're operating a vehicle. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
12-year-old me would beg to differ.
12-year-old me. We were talking. Well, I was texting you on the way here about how I wanted to buy some clear coffee mugs. Again, completely changing topics here.
Jeez, here we go.
This is not specifically about the coffee mugs. I want to know, when it comes to Amazon specifically, or maybe not just Amazon, online purchases that you go to return. What is the amount of money that when you spend it, you're not going through the, like if I get an Amazon return or buy something on Amazon, comes in,
you hate it.
I don't want it. There's an amount of money where I'm like, I'm not going through driving to the UPS store to return this.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line? Or are you somebody that's like, I'm returning everything?
It depends on the season of life I'm in. If we can call back to last episode, it really depends on my mindset. I don't know. Sometimes I put it at like, sometimes I don't even feel like bringing something back. It also depends on the amount of value. If I'm like, like it's okay, but like, I don't maybe I kind of want to return it. $15?
There's
$20?
There's like, it's like, I'll get shirts or something sometimes. And if they're too small, I'm just like, I asked my wife, I'm like, you want this?
Oh, see, that's different. If I can repurpose it.
Yeah. But like, so like these coffee mugs, like if I order them, they're like $40. I'm like,
that's a return.
Yeah, but
also they're probably going to come broke. Amazon's
the thing
bad
is,
about
it's
that.
like they technically could get the job done, right? And I'm like, do I really?
I think if you want to look before we leave, the ones we have, I asked my wife earlier, they're from Amazon.
Okay.
You can take
That's
a look.
the complete, that solves that issue. But I'm just like, now with Amazon, you can issue the return sometimes. They're like, you can have it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things. I don't like being inconvenienced at all.
I say this all the time. Sometimes, like, you're absolutely right. There is an amount of money that, like, my time is not worth.
Sometimes it's not right. Sometimes it's not even money. Sometimes it's like, I just don't have time to go do this. This is going to be mine. Someone down the road will need this.
Yeah.
And I'll just give it to them.
I have had people ask me, like, they needed a random employee for a day, and they were like, I'll pay you $100 to drive out here and do this, this, and this. And in my head, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't feel like it.
Right.
I don't care. You could pay me $1,000. I'm probably going to tell you no.
Listen, I am fully aware. This is a privilege take.
Oh, 100%.
100%. I'm aware fully that this comes off. It can be arrogant, whatever, right? Because there are people that are out there that are like, I'm returning everything. I have to.
Good. You should.
Right. Right. I'm not saying I'm in the right here.
No.
Like, and I've told my grandma this, and she gets so mad at me that I just don't take. Like, she will offer to go return things for me. I'm like, no.
Don't give it to somebody else. Donate. Yeah. There's somebody out there that needs it. Some of those people that are returning everything. And this is not even, that sounds terrible. It sounds like an elitist take. And listen, I'm not in that position in any way, shape, and form. I'm just bad with money. Right.
That's the thing. I'm like, I'm not. I don't know. Somebody needs this. It's not me, but I'm not going to return it. And then the other thing, some of these places want me to print out a label. Good luck.
Yeah. Buddy, I haven't had a printer in about 10 years.
I have a printer in my attic. I don't even know if it works, but it's been in my attic, and I don't even know why I have it still. It's a printer. Don't know if it works. I was going to say I don't know what it does.
I don't even know what it does.
Right. I have a printer at work. If I don't work in like the next 3 days, then I got to remember to print it. Then I have to remember to log on to my personal email on my work. Listen, if you need me to print something, it's mine forever. Like, whatever I bought, if you're a company that doesn't want people to return things, just force them to print the labels.
Basically. Yeah.
Seriously. It's a joke, but also seriously.
Yeah.
In 2024, if I can't do everything on my phone, nah.
Yeah. Or you got to go it's such a hassle. Like, if you don't have a printer, you got to go to FedEx or post office or USPS and like pay to have them print it for you. And it's ridiculous. I've done it before, but it's for higher dollar things that I was like, hell no, I'm returning this.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's rough. It's a rough life.
Yeah. Yeah.
First world problems.
Definitely a first world problem. You know what I have been? You may have seen this on Twitter from me. Just fascinated by this week. It was a big week for technology. Dave's Techy Thing of the Week.
Yeah.
OpenAI, who is the people that do ChatGPT, released their new version of ChatGPT. Have you seen this?
I've seen some videos. Of it. Yeah, I've seen some of it.
They're changing the world.
I mean, yeah, AI in general is going to continue to get better and better and better.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
Just like, because AI was starting to take over, and it was just like little things here and there. At least from what I saw. Like, yeah, we can take what you have, the information you have, and make a graph out of it for you. I can write a prompt for you. Okay, whatever. These mother truckers have created someone who can tutor your child.
Yeah. You know, I saw that video.
Very well.
Yeah. I feel like I would be very interested to see more about that, because I feel like that video was clearly like they were coaching the AI along the way. Like, I picked up on very little things. Like, I feel like you probably have to talk to it a certain way in order to get the response that you would like. For now, it's going to change. It's going to keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, like this was the first day release of it, so there'll be updates and things like that. And I'm legit watching these videos, just in awe. Because it's not even so much like what it's doing now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we just started talking about AI like a year ago or 2 years ago.
It's gonna keep getting better, man.
Quickly. And it's frightening. It's exciting. It's a lot of emotions, especially for somebody like me who is like super into this. I'm like, this is amazing.
We've talked about it before with like some of the scary things that would come out of it, and some of them you don't even think of. But like other things, like there's people's careers are going to become obsolete. There's little things here and there that like things are just going to change in general.
Like just that alone. Like think if they like perfect the tutor. Like it's cool, but there are people whose whole careers are tutors. Do you need like at what point do you not need teachers? Like, well, that's years. That's.
I think there is an interesting argument to be made. I think that you'll probably see a lot of people say, "Oh, you wouldn't need teachers," but there's an interesting argument to be made for any situation where you need a real human being, because there's an emotional intelligence that goes into some of these things and an emotional touch that goes into certain conversations. I don't know if an AI will ever truly have.
That was the thing with this for me. This was the first one I heard that it responded with emotion, and I was like, that's where it was interesting.
Well, they can program the sound of emotion, but I mean like almost like EQ.
But also, not every person can learn that way. The way that kid learned in that video. Like, I'm somebody who I want you to like show it to me. Like just explaining it to me like that, I can get it, but I'm gonna get it a lot faster if you draw it out and then we go from there. Yeah. So there, that specifically can think. The thing that I am most interested in is the like the real-time translation.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's
pretty cool.
I'm somebody with a 320-day Duolingo streak trying to learn Spanish.
You just wasted all your time.
Seriously, I'm like, why? What am I doing this for? Why do I what purpose do I have to know this other language now, other than it would just be cool to know? Yeah. I could just open my phone, and within like 10 seconds, this thing just completely translates it to me. It's amazing.
It is pretty great.
Like, and I think about like moments in my life when I used to work in the quarter as a valet. You get tons of at a hotel. You get tons of foreigners. Yeah. And if I could have just had this, because there were times where I went on to like Google Translate, and because like I took a little bit of French, so I could pick up a little bit of things. Like, and I knew how to spell the words, but I didn't know what they meant. Yeah. So I'd type it in, and I'd understand what they were saying. But like, if I could have just had this,
Yeah, no, I agree. I worked in Disney where it was like
that's even worse.
People would come up to me speaking Spanish. People would come to me speaking French. People would come to me speaking Portuguese, which sounded Spanish, but then it also sounded French. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying right now. It'd blow my mind. But you were kind of forced to learn little words here and there, like just learning by like osmosis, I guess, or just like, yeah. Or being almost trapped in Mexico. I had to figure out how to ask the cab driver, like, where's the ship? What time does it leave? My broken Spanish. We got there, though. We figured it out.
It's amazing, man. It's just, I just have these moments where I'm like, technology is so cool. Like, that's it. And I spent all day just scrolling Twitter, watching these videos just kept popping up. I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah. This is the coolest thing I've seen. And then they tell me today I'm going to be able to control my iPad with my eyes. I'm like, oh, yes.
So where do you draw the line? Like, how do you feel about like Neuralink?
I don't know if I have a line, but I am very much somebody who is an early adopter when it comes to things. The Neuralink could be the
line.
Like if you got to start talking about putting things in me, pause. I don't know.
Oh, that's the one you're worried about, not earlier.
I don't want anybody to I don't want something in my head. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. But like,
what about like your arm? Trying to scan.
Beep. I think I could be okay with that.
Yeah.
This is completely. Do you remember the Nickelback song "Save Me," where everybody walked around with the time they had left above their head?
Yes.
Did you want to know that?
Would I want to know that? No.
You couldn't. They could, if I remember right, they couldn't know. They didn't know their own, right? They just knew everybody else's.
I don't remember.
I don't think
there's like movies about that too, like the one with like Justin Timberlake, where like they spend minutes, they spend time basically as like their money, and it's like their time. I haven't seen the whole movie.
I don't remember that. Would you want to?
Scary.
I don't think you could see I don't think they could see their own. Let's just say this scenario then. You can't tell how much time you have left, but you see everybody else's. And I think, if I remember, the whole thing was like he tried to save people.
Yeah.
Would you want to know? That was your superpower?
No.
But you could save them. Like, if you could prevent it. Like, if you could see that somebody was about to be...
How do you prevent it?
I don't know.
How do you know that you can prevent it? It's like this. Now you're getting into... Listen, I'm wearing a shirt for a reason, okay? The way my brain works and the things that I believe, I don't think there's preventing it. I think that...
Feels like a lot of responsibility also.
Yeah.
You could live with yourself if you could have prevented it.
True.
And you're like, just didn't do it. It's too much.
It's a lot. I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know when my loved ones are passing. And then, listen, if I have a child and it says like 15 minutes, I'm going to be like, what?
We're sitting in this box.
Excuse me, what?
We're going nowhere. We're going to sit right here. Nothing can happen.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah. Just one. That was the most random topic I think I've ever come up with.
I got a cool topic.
Okay, let's go.
Something I had. So today, or maybe it was yesterday, it came out that Louisiana... Hold on. Let me make sure I say this right and like not looking down at my phone. That way we can clip this thing properly. Louisiana is the worst state and one of the worst in the nation as far as crime goes.
Surprise.
How does that make you feel?
Not shocked at all.
Not shocked?
No, I thought that was like a given for like my entire life.
You know what my first thought was when I read that? No. Suck it, United States. We did it. Like, I had the meme. Listen, I know it's terrible, but I had the meme in my head of like the dude celebrating third place with the champagne and like popping the bottle, and it's just like, it's terrible.
I don't know, man. We've talked about this in the past, and I think we agree on this. Like, that's not going to make me change how I live my life, really, ever. Like, I'm very much, and I don't know if this comes across as morbid or something, but I'm very much somebody who's like, when it's my time to go, it's going to be my time to go.
Hence the conversation we just had.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of like, no, that doesn't mean I'm going to go like put myself in unnecessary situations.
Yeah. Guess what, guys? When it's my time, it's my time. You see this gun in my hand and these drugs in my... I don't know, I'm just saying.
Like my grandma would be like, be careful where you stop for gas and things like that. And I'm like, I need gas. Like, I need gas. I'm going to stop here. And, like, it is what it is. You know? Mm-hmm. I don't... like, I know you like to... I see you get, not mad, but say things on Twitter sometimes. Anytime somebody's like, I don't want to go to the city because it's dangerous. It strikes a nerve in so that face.
I don't like it, man. I just think people... There's so much like... I probably said this on this before. There's so much pearl clutching that goes on where we live right now as far as like the city of New Orleans goes. And it just drives me nuts. Like, are there unsafe places in New Orleans? Yes, 100%. But you can still go to New Orleans. You just don't go to, like, I'm not going to call them out, but some of these, you don't go to New Orleans East. Don't go hang out on Chef Highway, right? Like, there's other places that you can be going that are totally safe. And you don't have to say, like, I'm just not going in the city at all, just what they've done to it. Like, there's this, I'm going to call it out. There's these racial undertones that come out when you say it. It is what it is. Or... there's this very like political driven thing where you're just passing up all these great experiences, and it's just so like narrow-minded and just silly. Like, go enjoy yourself. Go enjoy a good place to visit.
Agreed.
Don't be silly.
Yeah. Like,
now where I won't go is Metairie because it sucks.
Okay. Shout out to Metairie, I guess.
I lived in Metairie. I wanted to call that out because I was actually thinking that earlier. I don't know what it is about going back to Metairie now, man. I just don't remember it looking and feeling the way it does now. It's just like icky to me now, man. It's just like I drive through my old neighborhood and I'm like, damn, like that's my old house. Did it look like that when I lived here? Like, this is crazy. I don't know. You're like, I don't know. I don't even know where you lived. Yeah. But
I can relate when I go through Chalmette.
Yeah.
It's different it was completely wiped out and just basically rebuilt as a new place. But, you know.
I think what it is I've come to really enjoy, like, the trees, to be dead honest. Like, just, like, being kind of close to nature over here. And when I go to Metairie, it's just like building on top of building on top of building, and they're all kind of older, which isn't a big deal, but it's just like it just feels like tight and dirty sometimes. I don't remember so many people just hanging out outside, like begging, and like it's just odd to me. I don't know. Shout out to Metairie.
Shout out to Metairie, I guess.
Still got love for it. It's just different.
What can we wrap up with here? Aaron says, what are some old school movies you forgot how good they were since rewatching them with your kids?
Oh, well, I didn't watch this with my kids. Does it specifically have to be one I watched with my kids?
He said kids, but his example was like Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, the thing is, I've been watching Disney movies for the last 20 years of my life. Yeah. So I have a 14-year-old and I have a 4-year-old. So it's been a long wave here. One grew out of them and the other one was just coming in.
Well, what are some non-kid ones then? Or just ones not from your kids?
The one that I turned on the other day just out of the blue was The Fifth Element.
I've never seen that in my life.
Got to check it out. It's like definitely like a sci-fi movie. It's old, but I mean, what a great movie. It's a great movie.
He sent me this earlier, and I have been struggling to think of like the ones he sent were Emperor's New Groove. Mm-hmm. Since he's our producer, I'll give him what he said. Emperor's New Groove, Robin Hood, and Hercules were the 3 he sent.
Robin Hood.
I'm like,
Hook's a good one.
Most of mine are also probably Disney movies.
Yeah.
But I'm like I am really struggling to think of like old movies like that, because I feel like the old movies that I liked, I've kept. I'm weird. I don't watch a ton of new movies.
Yeah.
Like if they're don't get me wrong, there are new movies that come out and I really want to see, and I'll see them. But like I'm not somebody that just gets on Netflix, checks out these random new movies that came out and watches them. I always tend to go back to the ones I like.
Yeah.
So like they stay in rotation.
Well, what are some old ones that you like? Let's shout those out.
I like old, like we talked about Adam Sandler before, like Waterboy. I will always watch over and over again. I don't know what's considered old anymore. I start to think of like high school movies. We talked about Superbad. I always watch Superbad.
Yeah, I was thinking like old. I was thinking like stuff like my dad would have watched. That's why I want.
That's what like I don't know.
I am old though. To be fair, like
from those times, it's all Disney movies for me, right? So like that's where our age gap comes in. It's all Disney movies for me. So, I'll watch a Disney movie without my kids. I don't care. Like, and this isn't Disney, but I'll watch Shrek.
Heck yeah,
like
Shrek's a good one. I think the other one that I think of that's not a kids movie is like White Men Can't Jump, like the original White Men Can't Jump. Good movie.
Yeah. Are you debating whether I want to get into this? They're remaking The Office.
I think we talked about this.
Well, this is
okay.
It's official now. They're remaking The Office, and I said I tweeted it. This is the most nervous I've been for a remake. Mm-hmm. Now I am somebody who, I'm not somebody when a classic movie is remade, I'm like they should never do that. I don't understand that. I don't understand that take. It doesn't make sense to me. Because when you're out, if somebody's performing live music,
yeah,
you love a good cover song.
Love a good cover song.
Why don't we love a good remake?
Well, that's fair. Because normally when they remake it, they try to put their own spin on it. It's just weird.
But when they do, how often do you hear a cover song and it is perfectly done?
Yeah, no, never.
Exactly.
Never. I don't know.
It's two different arts. I understand.
Yeah.
But I am somebody who's like, I really love this movie. Mm-hmm. And if you want to try to recreate that moment for me again, because regardless of what some people out there will tell you, every remake is bad. That's just not true. There are some remakes that may not be as good as the original, but they're good and you like them. Like, it's cool. And I'm like, if you want to try to recreate that moment for me of this show or movie I really loved, I'm all for it. And if it's not good, I won't watch it again. And that's fine. Like, The Strangers is about to come out again. I'm like, if you want to recreate The Strangers for me, now they're doing it like in a 3-part thing, which I'm excited about. But it's like, if you want to recreate this thing that I really love, I'm all for it. I love watching stuff I like. Maybe it's an issue I have where I'm not venturing out to try to find new things. I just rather the old thing remade.
No new friends, no new movies, No new food.
Right. I'm just like, if you want to try to give that to me again, go for it. And if it's not good, fine. It's not the end of the world like these people will make it seem. The people just get so mad.
It's definitely not the end of the world. People do get very upset about very silly things.
Like people were. I'm trying to think like the most recent one that was remade. Like probably Roadhouse was probably the most recent like classic movie.
I don't think that's anything like the original either, from what I heard.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's like a UFC fight. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one.
Connect the dots here.
But I'm like, that's why I don't understand it, because I think of it as from music. I'm like, I love cover songs. Mm-hmm. Like if I go see somebody I don't know, I want to hear you do cover songs. I don't care about your own music. Like sure, throw one of your songs in there.
Yeah.
But you gotta connect with me through songs I like, and then we can venture off into your stuff. But I love hearing a good cover song, and I love when somebody takes a cover song and almost makes it another genre. I like hearing one song in a different thing. So I'm like, hey, if you want to remake this movie in your own twist, go for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Twisters, that's another one that's about to be remade.
Twisters. What a movie. Flying Cow as a kid just blew my mind.
So that wasn't even a question. That was more of just me.
It was just a rant.
I think I started it as "Are you somebody who?" and then I just went on a rant.
The answer is no or yes. I don't know. It's one of them.
I don't know. How do you feel about remakes like that?
I don't care, but I'm probably not. Like, I'm not going to seek them out. Dead honest. Like, if it's on, I'll be like, oh, like let's see if it's good.
Do you have any shows where you're so connected to them where it wouldn't strike up any kind of emotion in you if they remade it?
No. As bad as that sounds. I don't know.
I think that sounds bad.
Growing up, I'm trying to think of like TV shows that I was just like, oh, this is so good. Like,
you know what I get more worked up about? And worked up is like a silly thing to say, but it's the best way I can put it. When they take a movie I like and they make too many sequels. That's what bothers me. Like, and I've mentioned this before. Toy Story is my all-time favorite movie. Not as a kid. All-time favorite movie. I have so many emotional attachments and memories with Toy Story. Mm-hmm. It's just my favorite movie. And when they start talking about doing a 5, a 6, I'm like, no. The story is over. We don't need to keep pushing this. You're ruining this perfection for me.
I thought the 4th one was a little weird. At that point, it was kind of like,
should have ended. I think this is in our World Tour video. It should have ended at 3, and that was it. It was good. Like, that's where it gets me. I'm like, we don't need to keep doing sequels. Now, they tried to do the spinoff with Buzz. Fine. It was what it is.
Like the prequel, like a backstory of who Buzz actually was. Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Whatever.
I do like that type of stuff. I like that with like the comic book stuff too, where it's like, hey, like they had like the Joker movie. Like I thought, first of all, you want to talk about movies that are like just crazy out there that are like really good. The Joker is one of those movies. You're gonna watch it if you haven't seen it. You're gonna be on the edge of your seat the whole time, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, that was such a good movie, and you are never gonna want to watch it again.
Like the new Jokers.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever seen it? The one with what is his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's insane. You have to watch it. I'm gonna be anybody that's like, hey, I haven't seen the Joker. I'll be like, bro, you gotta watch it. But it's like you're gonna get to the end of it and be like, I don't ever want to see that movie again. But it was such a good movie.
Yeah. Listen, it's 2024. Movies and music have been being made for centuries, right? Decades for movies, I guess. Like, we're past. There are not many original ideas left. If we're being completely honest, every movie you watch nowadays is probably inspired by some other movie. Like, if we're just being real. So, if you're somebody that gets worked up over sequels and spin-offs and things, you might want to just get over it. Because it's only going to get worse. Because also, there's like my sister's generation, she's 18. Like Twisters is coming out, she probably has no idea that that's a remake.
The new Mean Girls?
Yeah. Like, there's a generation where that is going to be their like, when you ask them about Mean Girls, that's going to be what they think of.
There's a funny video. I didn't know Mean Girls was a musical, the new Mean Girls. Apparently. I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm speaking out of my tail. I haven't seen it either. But I saw a video where like people are in the theaters like watching it and the girl starts singing and everybody's instantly like, boo! Because like nobody knew it was a musical.
That's so funny.
Everybody was there for Mean Girls, not for whatever the heck it was. That's it. Close this shit out.
Yeah, that's it. I got nothing else.
We had some fun topics. We did drag out a few of them. If you stuck with us, we really appreciate it. Follow us everywhere. Who effing knows? That's who we are. FBR Pod. FBR Pod. If you're a wrestling fan, it's fun. Check it out. I missed the last one. We had a special guest though. Who was on there with you? We didn't?
No. Russ
Maybe I saw a clip.
No.
I saw a clip of something else then.
Russ came back. That was all.
Okay.
Nope. We just talked about you.
Talked about me.
Going to a roast.
I did go to a roast. We'll talk about that another time. We're done.
That's it.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Like Patty said, follow us everywhere. All that good stuff. Subscribe if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed. Do that for us, please.
Mm-hmm.
Rel Math. We have like almost 1,000 followers on Twitter, but only like almost 300 subscribers on YouTube. So Rel Math.
Yeah. Like 70% of y'all are missing. Where you at?
What are we doing?
Yeah. What are we doing here? Also on Instagram, same thing. Where are we at? You exist. Go follow us there too.
That's it.
Yeah.
I got nothing else.
We got me either.
Deuces.